Hello guys, this is the EmeraldEnchanter here, back again, and today we are playing Pokemon XYOU, Pokemon Showdown, yay! Okay, first things first, I have a new mic. I sound cooler. I sound better. You don't hear all the crap that you heard last time. At least you shouldn't be. And not to mention, we have a slightly new team setup. We have a Landorus T and Gengar, replacing the Scizor and Aegislash I had last time. Also, all my Pokemon now have nicknames. They are all pretty stupid. I didn't actually try to make good nicknames. I just said stupid shit like Bird, Scurry Dude, Fighting Resist, Salty Spikes. You'll see. Anyway, I start the first battle. This battle, I am going to fast forward it because it's not a good battle. And I also cut a lot of the waiting, even so it's a slow battle. And it's not going to be a lot of fun to watch. So, just a little warning there. He leads his Talonflame with his Gengar. Uh, I go into my Landorus T. He is actually going to U-turn so that he can uh, switch out. He's actually going to go into this Lucario, so he can Ice Punch my Gang for my Landorus T. I go into, I predict that, and I go into Ferrothorn, knowing that he's going to take an assload of damage from the recoil that will cause him. And after going into Ferrothorn, I then decide to go into my Gengar to take a predicted close combat, which is going to work out in my favor. Just a little FYI. And now I go for a substitute as he brings in his Rotom. Uh, I go for the Shadow Ball or Sludge Bomb, sorry, and he is actually going to not do anything, and the timer is going to make him lose. So yeah, that was a really lame game, and I'm sorry that that even like made it into this video. It probably shouldn't have. I had much better games that didn't make into a video, so it's kind of lame that this one did. Um, but now we are going to go into the second battle, which I promise you is more interesting. Promise. Much more interesting. But yeah, he is going to have a interesting team. I lead with my Ferrothorn, but he's actually going to predict this, and he's going to lead off with his uh he's gonna lead with his Charizard. Now he actually has a Mega Charizard X, but I don't know that yet. So I'm gonna go into Tyranitar, knowing I can take any fire move. But he's of course gonna Dragon Dance, being a Mega Charizard X. At this point, predicting the Earthquake, I go into Landorus T. Also, I have an Intimidate, which will make this Charizard much more manageable. Now, I go for an Earthquake, thinking that I can just take it down because I'm a mostly defensive Landorus T. I can do this, but he actually gets a crit on his Flare Blitz, which is going to suck big time. I have to resort to revenge killing this Terrakion. I go for Earthquake because he might go into his Aegislash. He probably wouldn't, but it is still worth a shot. So, at this point, I just I believe he's going to bring his Air Balloon Lucario in, which is a bit of an odd play, but whatever, is what it is. I Earthquake, or no, Earthquake, obviously he's Air Balloon, sorry about that. I go into Gengar predicting the fighting move, which is indeed what happens. And now I Focus Blast. He's actually going to bring in his Goodra, who's going to take this Focus Blast so nicely. It doesn't even, like, bother. It just takes the Focus Blast. Who even cares, dude? It's just a Focus Blast. No one gives a crap. So, I go into my bacon and I go for the Icicle Crash because the only thing on his team that I can't beat with Icicle Crash Earthquake is Greninja. And he does not go into his Greninja, he goes into his H-Slash, whom I defeat. So much for that H-Slash. At this point, he brings in his Scaly Greninja, and I go into my Ferrothorn. Now, I don't know if this is a glitch, but Grass Knot actually triggers Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet, so he takes a ton of damage. I go for a Gyro Ball, knowing that he's going to take a ton from it, but he actually goes into his Goodra here to take the Gyro Ball. And I know that he probably has like Flamethrower or Fire Blast, so I go into Terrakion, and while I made the right prediction, as you are about to see, he's going to get a burn on my Terrakion, which turned a Terrakion probably sweep into a Terrakion can't even kill a Ferrothorn, which is plain and simple sad. It's just so sad. How can Ferrothorn be that tanky? Thanks to leftovers, Terrakion can't even 4-hit KO. Not that he has time to 4-hit KO. That's just so sad that that kind of thing has happened to a awesome poke. Anyway, I'm gonna bring my Gengar on his Ferrothorn, and I'm going to Shadow Ball for the kill. At this point, he brings in his Goodra, seeing how much Goodra walled me earlier. He figures that it will be a good method to wall me, which it is. There's nothing Gengar can do. But now Tyranitar, who was previously almost unused in this team, is going to come in and he's going to end the game. He's going to Mega Evolve, he's going to Dragon Dance twice, and the enemy will have nothing to do with this. Like, as you can see, Dragamator did okay amount, but it's not going to do very much the second time. And I'm just going to be able to set up, and there's not much left for him to do. I'm going to take my last Dragon Dance up, and now I'd sweep him, but he's not even going to hang around long enough for me to sweep him. He's just going to run. He's just going to, yeah, he runs, forfeits, whatever you want to call it. And now he is destroyed. Enemy number 2 down. Now it's time for my third game, sorry. Second real game, let's be honest. And I'm gonna lead with this game, I lead with Gengar, predicting a Skarmory lead, which is exactly what happens. And I 2-hit KO with Shadow Ball. Go for the Shadow Ball first time, go for the second, gets up his rocks, and then dies. Simple as simplicity. Which, the rocks are a bit annoying, but I'm glad that you didn't get layers of spikes alongside that, or be around later to wall Terrakion or Gengar or Mamoswine. Now, I know I can't really touch this thing, but I want to substitute in case he has Pursuit. If he goes for Banded Pursuit, I wanted to make sure I didn't lose my Gengar. I go into Terrakion now because I'm confident that Close Combat's going to do a shit ton, but after these two stockpiles, he's actually going to be able to take a Close Combat, and he is going to roar me out, because obviously he doesn't want to put up with that thing. So I'm going to start Dragon Dancing, because I think I can sweep. In fact, I know I can sweep. Now here, he rests to get his health back, and here I make a huge misplay. If I had gone for the Ice Punch this turn, I would have swept. But instead I go for the double Dragon Dance. Now the reason Ice Punch would let me sweep is because I would have dealt enough to hit Howden that I would have swept. But as it is, I'm not strong enough to break down Hippowdon even at +2, and he's going to roar me out. However, I am going to be able to take Hippowdon down with my bacon. So, that right there is a dead thing, and it's good. Okay, he brings in his Charizard, and I believe what happens here is I go into my Ferrothorn as a kind of sack. I probably, in hindsight, what I should have done is Stone Edge, because followed by an Ice Shard, I would have actually killed it without losing my Ferrothorn. But instead of that, I sack my Ferrothorn, though I'm going to get off so much recoil damage. Like, you will not believe the recoil damage when you see it. Like, you won't believe it. It's so much recoil. Look at that. All of that. Oh my god, so much of that. I'm gonna go into Terrakion now and just finish the game. Close combat. Gonna end him. Gonna end him. Simply just gonna end him. Alright. And yeah, so I go for the Scarf Close Combat and I will finish him off. But then he'll scare me out with Latias. Lati, ayos. Lati, dat, ayos. And, he's gonna go into his Lati, dat, ayos and force me into my Tyranitar. Tyranitar then will be able to set up and it will sweep most of his team and then he'll forfeit. So that's gonna be good game for the second guy. It won't take too long. I'll just Dragon Dance and then I'll be sweeping. So yeah, that was a great game to all my opponents, even first guy. And next time I will bring more Showdown, or if you guys want, I can bring Dota, I could bring Minecraft, uh, or a Pokemon Let's Play, or what else could I do? I could Attack on Titan tribute game. That's pretty fun. I could play that. Um, maybe even DDO, though that game has some flaws, and my computer doesn't like it, and probably couldn't run that and Bandicam at the same time because my computer's pretty bad. Anyway, so that is GG to everyone. GG to everyone. Like if you like the video. Self-explanatory, really. Um, but don't dislike. Whatever you do, don't. No. No. Just no. And then, subscribe because I will be making more. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye. Bye.